Previously on Avocadoland. I arrived in Michoacán, Mexico, and met Ramon, my guide to everything avocado.
Welcome to Avocadoland.
Michoacán is essentially the avocado capital of the world.
This is where 1 out of every 3 avocados of the world are produced.
After exploring Morelia, the capital of Michoacán, I went to a nursery and learned about sustainable avocado farming.
You want everything you eat to be as natural as possible.
All local,
Exactly.
Nice little ecosystem here.
Of course.
This land is special, and I'm so excited for the next stop on my avocado journey.
This is truly Avocadoland.
It's time to get reunited with Ramon at the Huertas and learn what it takes to pick the prime and perfect avocado.
Let me introduce you,
Hola.
Mr. Armando.
Mucho
López.
gusto.
How are you?
He's our boss here.
Welcome to the orchard.
Thank you for having me. The Huerta is the orchard, and it's where all of the magic happens. There's just beautiful, lush trees as far as the eye can see.
One of the things that we are very proud in this industry is that we have been able to integrate a large number of very small farmers. All these families have owned their land for generations. We are now in the 3rd generation. Our industry has almost 20,000 growers certified, and most of them own less than 5 hectares. The smallest grower can own just 11 trees. That's
really?
good enough for him to get registered and get in the process.
I think what I love about today is knowing that a lot of the avocados that I eat are from these small family farms. Like where I'm standing now has 10,000 trees, but all you need to export avocados to the States is 11 viable trees, which sounds easy, but the guidelines are very strict, as they should be.
To clear an orchard for harvest, there is a process. The grower has to be registered at La Junta, these plant health boards, and those offices usually check the status of the orchard. When they see the orchard clean, with the grass cut, the grass cannot be higher than 10 centimeters. They also measure the oil content of the fruit, the dry matter, so we know that the fruit is mature, that it will ripen properly, that you as a consumer will have a pleasant...
Perfect avocado every
exactly.
time. Yeah.
So we have the system that the packing houses can choose where to go. They know the growers, they know also the orchards, the kind of fruit they want to choose for different markets. After all these things, these boxes with the avocado goes to the packing house.
I like how it's all family-run orchards, so it's not these big factory orchards, but it's run like one giant family.
This is very, very important in our industry. We are not the kind of agricultural industry like others of big plantations. This is all very small growers. We have been able to integrate all these families into a global supply chain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before they begin to harvest, it's very important for us to follow all the food safety regulations and all the food safety rules. They wash them with detergent, and then they use a solution of chlorine to disinfect the tools. This part of the protocol has 2 purposes. One is food safety, and the second reason is to prevent pests and diseases to spread from one tree to the other or from one orchard to the other.
I never really thought about all of the care that goes into making sure that every piece of fruit that I eat is perfectly safe, free of pests. And I actually get to be part of the process today, so I'm gonna follow all the protocols and scrub up. I clean my hands to pick up my first avocado from an actual huerta. Now this is my kind of paradise.
So these are the clippers we use for avocados. These are special clippers so that we can get close to the fruit and still leave a little bit of the stem there.
And it's important to keep part of the stem.
It is very important to keep part of the stem because that prevents fungi and bacteria to enter the fruit, and that prevents quick ripening. So we preserve the fruit better with a stem. This is a picking pole. They have this bag to prevent the fruit from falling down to the tree and they have this little sharp knife there to cut the fruit from the stem.
So we meet up with a group of the pickers, and they've got these 15-foot poles that have a cutter at the top. They reach for the high pieces and they drop into the bag and they put them in their little satchel. These guys do that so swiftly.
Well, they are very good at that. They are very experienced. One of these guys can pick up to 1,000 pounds per day.
Per day?
Per journey, yeah.
Wow. My turn?
You want to pick some?
Yes. And they let me get my hands dirty, but I actually went for the low-hanging fruit. This tree looks ready.
This is perfect.
And you say give it like...
Just take it with your left hand and cut it there. Yes.
Good.
Very good, Jack. You're
Thanks,
ready
guys.
to be a picker.
So these that are picked just now, this morning, how quickly do they land in someone's grocery store in the States?
This is picked today, packed and shipped tomorrow. And then it takes 1 or 2 days to cross the border, and that's it.
And that's it?
Yeah, it's very, very
Shout time.
fresh. Very, very fresh fruit. And then one very important thing that I want to show you is all our system of traceability begins right here. This sticker that goes into each and every crate is very important. Here you will see the name of the municipality, in this case it is Uruapan. You will see the number of the orchard. With this number we will be able to identify the fruit in any place in the US in a matter of minutes. If anything happens, we will know that it was harvested this day in this place today.
Every piece of fruit can actually be traced back to the huerta, back to the row of trees, and back to the day it was picked, so that you know that everything that you're getting is totally safe to eat and is super fresh.
Jax, this is the final part. He's gonna match the screen.
And the screen is for bugs?
To prevent any flies or bugs to enter the fruit. He's putting the locks. Each truck has a specific lot, it's numbered, and it will be checked at the packing house by the authorities there.
We will put the big seal before the lock, and it goes to the packing house.
Oh, to make sure it's not opened in transit.
Not open.
Okay. So the paperwork goes with the truck to where?
It goes to the packing house, and that's your next stop. Okay?
I guess I'm off then. Thank you so much.
Thanks to you.
Thank you.
See you later.
And I'll see you soon.
Bye.
After a day in the sun and surrounded by my favorite treats, I was craving some delicious avocados. Lucky me that avocados are a staple of most Mexican dishes, so I decided to make a stop in Nuevo San Juan, a beautiful town in the middle of Michoacán. This wonderful place is filled with great people, vibrant colors, artisanal crafts, and of course, delicious food. Delicioso. Gracias. There you go. At a market, I asked where I should eat to quench my craving, and they led me to a vendor that had the most outstanding carnitas and guacamole. Muchas gracias. So good. The ingredients here are so fresh. After seeing every mindful detail that goes into harvesting avocados, it's no wonder that these are so flavorful and satisfying. All fueled up with carnitas and guacamole, I make it to the packing house in Uruapan to meet Juan Betancourt. He's going to show me all about the traceability and distribution of the avocados.
So this is where our process begins. This fruit here was freshly harvested this morning. So now that the fruit's here, before we can touch it, before we can open this, we have our third-party inspector, has to verify everything's in accordance with our guidelines. She has to verify the orchard registration number, and she has to verify on her paperwork, as well as the seal that was placed with the paperwork as well.
Oh.
Todo bien? And now he can cut the seal, we can start processing this fruit.
Right? Let's unload this truck.
I'm ready so we can see it.
At the packing house today, I learned all about the process of getting the avocados from the huerta to the border and then eventually to the States where they're distributed all over the country.
We can't open this door until the truck's all the way in.
So there's no exposure to
Exactly.
the inside.
No contamination, no pests. We have a mosquito net to protect it. Now that the truck is properly sealed, these guys have the go-ahead from the inspector. Now, what the inspector will do, the same inspector that checked everything outside, the big sticker on the outside of the truck, there's a mini sticker on every single box that matches that. These tags.
Yeah, those are the ones that were on the outside of the truck.
This is the key to food safety and food traceability. Those tags are what verifies the whole process from
like
farm to table.
Avocado DNA.
Exactly.
It's like a very choreographed dance.
It is, it is.
It's also well choreographed so that every avocado can be traced back to the person who grew it and the place it was grown. And I think that's such a cool thing.
So here comes the sample that we pulled from this truck. We have to get an exact weight so we can know what was taken from this truck. So here he's turning on the machine, starting to, it crushes all the avocados.
That's so cool. For goodness, it like literally slices them into...
Slices, that's all it is. Just very sharp blades in there, and it slices them. And the inspectors on the other side,
Just checking out all the
avocados to make sure that there isn't any foreign objects in the pit. If she saw anything that she thought was suspicious, they would automatically stop, and this lot would not be certified for U.S. export. And all this avocados that are crushed, they're actually not wasted. We keep them and use them for compost for our employee garden that we have at our facility here. Well, this looks pretty good. The inspector gave us the okay. We're ready to go to the next step.
All right.
So this is the dry matter process, where we have to test all the avocado lots to see what the dry matter is. And the dry matter is kind of correlation with flavor.
Okay.
The less dry matter, the less flavor.
Okay.
The higher the oil content, more flavor. There's a limit to export to the United States that has to have at least a 23% minimum. She puts down the lot number of each sample she got. She gets an initial weight. She's grabbing the samples from the center part of the avocado, which is where you get the best reading. What she does after that, she puts it in the microwave for 3 minutes. She brings them back out, re-weighs it, logs that down, puts them back in the microwave, and does it again. It's a process that you keep doing it until it doesn't change anymore. What that means, it's completely dehydrated, all the moisture is out of it, and we get the exact dry matter reading. 33.8%, which is
Success.
perfect.
On the next episode of Avocadoland, I finish my tour of the packing house and see the meticulous process of ensuring that only the best avocados are exported. I enjoy a decadent breakfast with my avocado guides and journey back to the US to see and taste the fruits of everyone's labor.